Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you to our Audit and Finance Committee meeting here on our, it's 11:29, it's on our additions and deletions. And so it is 5:30. This is 5:30, it's 5:36 right now, all right? So it's a beautiful day here, 72 degrees in Houston, and it's 79 degrees in Tampa. And it's 32 degrees in Albany?
Yes.
32 degrees in Albany. All right, so I'm going to have council, please take the attendance.
Here, Madam Chairwoman. Ms. Willingham,
Present.
Mr. Peter,
Here.
Mr. O'Brien,
Here.
Mr. Mayo,
Here.
Mr. Grimm,
Here.
Mr. Bergdorf,
Here.
Mr. Clay,
Here.
Ms. Lakakis,
Yes.
and Mr. Joyce. 8 present, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you very much. We're going to move right along with our agenda today. It's about the additions and deletions. And for those of you that have the information in front of you, we'll only be dealing with the items that are in yellow. We still will be voting by department. Okay, so the first one is the district attorney.
Yeah, would you like me to share my screen?
Yes. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, we'll begin with the district attorney's office. So we'll be voting by department. So I'll need a motion and also a second.
Motion, Madam Chair.
I got a motion from Mr. Clay.
Second, Madam Chair.
I think I got a second from Mr. Peter. You all are going to have to excuse me because I don't know how Bill came up, but he did. So I got a motion from Mr. Clay and I got a second from Mr. Peter. All those in favor?
My question, Madam Chair.
Question?
Yeah.
Mr.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I just want to be clear. Are we voting on only the additions and deletions that are in this one, or do we vote on the whole block that incorporates these additions?
We're voting on, okay, so in the district attorney, we've already voted on what you see here. We're voting on what you see that is highlighted in yellow.
So we're voting on just the yellow portions, not by really not by departments, but by the yellow portions in each department. Is that it?
The yellow portions of each department, that is correct.
Okay. All right, thanks very much. Appreciate that.
All right, thank you. All right, so I had a motion by Mr. Clay and a second by Mr. Peter. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Oh my goodness. Nalaya? Hold on. The next one, we will be entertaining, okay, is the district, we did the district attorney's office.
E911, Madam Chair.
Yeah, right, there we are. We're doing E911. And again, as I stated to Mr. Grimm, we are actually voting by department, but on those that you see in yellow, highlighted in yellow. So I need a motion and a second.
I
Madam Chair, I have my hand raised.
Oh, I'm sorry. I see it, Mr. Bergdorf.
Yes, I am going to support these telecommunicator positions, but I had a conversation with Mr. Ford before where he indicated to me that these positions might be temporary in nature due to the increased demand that the county is experiencing now. And I'm going to assume that's from the shortfall in the telecommunications department of the city of Albany.
I'm in audit and finance.
Excuse me?
We heard that.
Guys.
Chairman, you came in very quickly, but I think you went out. Go ahead, Paul.
So I am hoping that the city of Albany does the right thing by either reimbursing the county for some of the telecommunications expenses that the sheriff is providing as a backup so that there is rapid response within the city of Albany, and that this does not become a permanent charge to the rest of the taxpayers of Albany County. But I am going to support it because I can't not support E911 calls being answered.
Thank you, Mr. Bergdorf. Are there any other comments?
Motion, Madam Chair.
Okay, I got a motion from Mr. Peter.
I'll second.
I got a second from Linda Cackus. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much. All right, we will now move on to the Sheriff's Department. And again, I will repeat, we are voting on those that are highlighted in yellow. So I need a motion, and I also need second.
Motion, Madam Chair. Joe.
I got a motion from Mr. O'Brien.
I'll second. It's
I
Mayo.
got thank you. I got a second from Mr. Mayo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much. We'll now move on to the correctional facility. Now move on to the correctional facility. So I'll entertain a motion and a second. Oh, I missed it. Do I see your hand up, sir?
Yeah, hand raised hand, Madam Chair?
Yeah. Yes.
I have a question on this. The correctional officers are listed as $1, but it says decrease and delete. Can someone explain, typically vacant lines have a salary value there, but what exactly is happening with these lines? That's my question.
Mr. Ford.
So with the 4 lines at the correctional facility, they would be removed, attendant to the creation of the 4 positions at both the E911 center and the Sheriff's Department proper within the 3110 account. It is again, for lack of a better term, a swap, if you will, for allowing them to create the telecommunicator positions, almost as if a retitling of these positions.
But when you say swap, are we saving $4 from the correctional, or are we saving their salaries? That's what I don't understand.
So these positions are listed at the correction facility for $1. We would take the position and the attendant $1. So yes, it is a savings of $4, but the telecommunicator positions are being funded with revenue enhancements that are to be discussed below.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Motion.
I have
Second.
okay. I got a motion from Mr. O'Brien. I got a second, I believe, from Mr. Clay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very good. Opposed? Thank you very much. Unanimous. We will now move on to management and budget. Where I will need a motion and.
Motion, Madam Chair.
I got a motion from Mr. Peter.
Second, Madam Chair.
I got a second from Mr. Clay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much. All right, we'll now move on to the nursing home. Thank
Motion,
you.
Madam Chair.
I got a motion from Mr. Peter,
Second, O'Brien.
from Mr. O'Brien. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much. All right. We are now in mental health. Yes. All right.
Motion, Madam Chair.
I got a motion from Mr. Peter.
A second, Madam Chair.
I got a second from Mr. Clay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much. All right.
Chair,
Yes,
Madam Chair, there is a line, the conference training and tuition line highlighted in green at the bottom that contains a typo in the naming of the grant. It is listed as Oasis. It should be Oasis with an A. I would just ask that we approve it with the understanding that that typo would need to be corrected before proceeding to the floor.
thank you, Mr. Ford. Everybody
So
understand?
moved. Yep.
Okay, thank you. All right. So now we're moving on to, I believe it is it sewage treatment? Oops.
Yes, Madam Chairwoman.
All right. So we are on to sewage treatment right now.
Motion to accept the change.
I got a
Second.
motion, from Mr. O'Brien, and I have a second from
Mr. Peter.
Mr. Peter. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, unanimous. We are now on to sewage treatment. Is that correct?
Yes. Hospital medical insurance.
Yes, hospital medical insurance, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I'll give you a motion if you'd like one.
Yes,
Madam Chair, I'd like to ask a question first.
Mr. Bergdorf.
What, so I see this is Fund A. And this is a decrease of $94,000. Is this just a cleanup from the Department of Management and Budget?
That is correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
Very
Mr.
good.
Bergdorf, originally that was 80-something thousand. We bumped it up to 94 to true it up, to zero it out.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Dave. And Eric.
All right, thank you. Are there any more questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion, and I believe I have a motion. from
Second.
Mr. Peter and a second from Mr. O'Brien. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much. All right, we will now move on to, I believe this is the legislature, is that correct?
Yes, it
That's
is.
correct.
Okay. All right, so we are now on to the legislature. I'll entertain a motion and a second.
Motion.
I got a
Second.
motion from Mr. O'Brien. I got a second from Mr. Clay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Madam Chair,
Mr. Ford.
again, there is just a miscellaneous adjustment that needs to be made. with respect to the title being created here, Director of Budget and Fiscal Studies, would need to include chair at the end of that. So I just asked that it be accepted with the understanding that we would need to fix that in the version going to the floor.
Okay, all right, thank you very much, Mr. Ford. All right, okay, so, did I get a motion on this?
Here's a motion.
I'm sorry. Sorry, we did this. Mr. Ford just asked for a note.
Clarification.
Clarification for the record, okay. All right, so now we can move on. We already voted on it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Council?
Yes, that's correct, Madam Chairwoman.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so now we can move on to revenue.
Can I have an inquiry, please?
Mr. Simpson?
Yeah, if I'm not out of order, is there an explanation why there's a change from policy analyst LBC to director of operations with no concomitant increase in salary?
Let me see. Well, I'm trying to.
You're on fund line 12551, I believe.
This was
So Madam Chair, if I might.
Mr. Ford.
So the duties and responsibilities of the position, the title change was to more accurately reflect the duties and that are attendant to that position, which was more attendant to the title that it's being changed to. I don't believe that there was a raise that was attendant to that position last year with the addition of the 2% that was given via the executive's proposal, and it was felt that that would be adequate for what is required in that position.
All right, I mean, I don't know, that doesn't, I guess I don't know if this is the place or the time to address it, but that doesn't seem appropriate to me from what I observe in terms of comparable positions in the workload. I don't know, Madam Chair, is there a point at which this can be better be addressed?
Well, you as far as what we have decided here, this is conversations that we have had with the chair, conversations we have had with in regards to the position. And last year there was an increase that was given in regards to the duties that were done by by that position, for that position. And so this year we're just changing the title to reflect the responsibilities. But we did give last year the 2% and then an increase on top of that. We did that last year. This year we're just adding the 2% and the change in title.
So am I to understand that there's no opportunity to revisit this?
Well,
Madam Chair.
Hold on one moment. Hold on one moment. I'm trying to see. I can't see everyone. Could you do me a favor? Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I was trying to address Mert. I also see that Ms. McLaughlin's hand is up, but I also heard someone else. Was that you, Ms. Kennedy?
You heard me, Madam Chair.
Oh, and also on Mr. Clay. Mr. Clay, Ms. McLaughlin.
Approved COVID-19 boosters for all American adults.
And I heard, I think that's it. Okay, Mr. Clay.
Madam Chair, I had this discussion with the chairman, and there's other parts of the package that we were interested in, and we had a very long, exhausting conversation about the increase. And so I essentially have agreed to, from my perspective, I've agreed to where we are. And we will revisit this, but not this year. Again, that's from my perspective. It has nothing to do with a position that might be taken by other members. It's that we tried to work it out, and we have worked out some other parts of this understanding. So that's it, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Clay. Ms. McLaughlin.
I just need some clarification as to what the new title is versus the old title. I don't see it. What line is that?
Oh, Mr. Ford.
So the,
12551.
yeah, so the line above it is,
Policy analyst, and then to
Yeah,
change the director of operations?
it's position 3. It's the line number is 12551, position 3, policy analyst, LBC. And that's what's being changed to director of operations, LBC.
Now, I would just add to something that was said previous. I don't know, I know you said last year, and I do remember that increase in salary made to that position. At that time, I guess I don't understand why we didn't change the title then. If we felt that it was more reflective of what the duties of the position were. So I can understand why Mr. Simpson is asking a question. If I'm going from an analyst to a director, I would expect a commensurate increase in salary. But if this has been discussed at a higher level and there's been some agreement, so be it. But I certainly, as an employee, I would expect it.
Well, last year, we did give a merit raise, as we called it last year. We gave a merit raise. At the same time, we have been in discussion as to the responsibility of the position in that office, which is one of the reasons why after we gave the merit raise and we realized, excuse me, that it should be operating in a different title. So this year we changed it in mind with the merit raise that we gave last year, and also noting that we were not disregarding or having someone, let's say, work out a title. Right now, what we do hope is that next year we would take another look at this and then move forward with that. But again, you know, discussion can take place and has taken place at a higher level in regards to this. Any other questions? Did I miss anybody? And also in regards, Chairman Clay has been in discussion on this and he okayed it. So this is where we are right now. And the final decision lay with him. Any other questions?
Can I make a motion, Madam Chair?
All right, there are no other questions. I have a motion from Mr. O'Brien.
Madam Chair, didn't we already pass this?
I'm not clear.
No, I don't think we did.
If we are voting, please just clarify what it is we're voting on, please.
Okay, we're voting on, we're still in the legislature, okay?
Madam Chairwoman, I believe there was a motion by Mr. O'Brien, a second by Mr. Clay, and then it was voted on unanimously, to my knowledge.
Yes, we already passed this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The clarification was brought up afterward by Mr. Simpson.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I stand corrected with that. We have voted on it already. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Kennedy. All right, so we'll move on to, let me see, where are we?
Revenue.
we'll move on to revenue now. All right. Now, with revenue, it's my understanding that we're taking this line by line as far as the changes are concerned.
Yes, Madam Chairwoman.
All right, and now is that starting with the public safety of the government?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so we'll be voting on everything that is highlighted, starting with public safety and other government down to narcotics, addiction, and control.
Motion, Madam Chair.
All right, so you're giving me a motion on public safety and other government?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay, that's a motion from Mr. Peter. I need a second.
I'll second.
I can't see it. I'm
Ms.
sorry.
Lakakis.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
Sam has his hand up too, Wanda. Sorry.
But because he's sharing the screen, I can't see it.
That's what I figured.
Oh, Sam has his hand
Yes,
up?
Madam
Okay,
Chairwoman.
So before we vote, I'm going to recognize Mr. Fine. Mr. Fine?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I was just curious what this is, what the source of revenue is.
So public safety, other government is effectively airport revenues to the sheriff's department for providing security and like services.
Okay. So what's the reason for it increasing?
I think that they just noticed that there was a pattern of higher collections that have been trending, and they're just recognizing that higher pattern.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. So I had a motion from
Me, Madam Chair.
I got a motion from Mr. Peter, and I have a second from.
Second.
I got a second from Mr. Clay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Now, the second one that we have there is ALS insurance reimbursement.
Motion, Madam Chair.
I got a motion from Mr. Peter.
Second, Madam Chair.
I got a second from Mr. Clay. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much. All right, and then we have the first one, CDBG Cares, and that's for $1 million. Just want to make sure that everybody's following along. Okay,
Motion, Madam Chair.
got a motion from Mr. Peter.
Second.
I got a second from Mr. O'Brien. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much. The second CDBG Cares for $292,840. There are no questions. I need a motion.
Motion, Madam Chair.
Second, Madam Chair.
Got a motion from Mr. O'Brien, and I got a second. Was that you, Ms. Lakakis?
It was Mr.
Fine,
Peter,
but it
but
was
I'm
Mr.
happy
Peter.
to give it to Ms. Lakakis.
Okay,
Slow on the click.
okay, so I'll take Mr. O'Brien's motion and Ms. Lakakis' second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous, thank you. And now the third CDBG Cares is $97,050.
I'll make a motion.
I got a motion from Ms. Lakakis.
Second.
I got a second from Mr. O'Brien. All those in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a couple of more ayes?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all right, opposed? Unanimous, all right. We will now move on to the last one, which is narcotics addiction control.
Motion, Madam Chair.
I got a motion from Mr. Peter.
Second.
Madam Chair, Chapman.
I got a second from Mr. Clay. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Unanimous.
Madam Chair?
I'm trying to see who that, is that you, Mr. O'Brien?
Mr.
Nope.
Ford?
Oh, Mr. Ford, yes.
So again, with this line, there is a typo with the line coding where you see 3486. would be retitled to 03486. Just want to accept it with the understanding that we will need to make that change before going to the floor.
Madam Chair, I would like to alter my motion to reflect that of Mr. Ford.
All right, I got a motion from Mr. Peter.
Second.
I got a second from Mr. O'Brien to reflect the change. And now, Ms. Kennedy, do we have to vote again on the actual?
I don't believe so. We haven't done that for the prior changes, just as long as everyone is aware of and accept it is acceptable to them that there will be a 0 added to the line number.
Okay, all right. So, and have we voted on this already?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, we have. All right, and so that is the last addition and deletion. Remind me later here. All right, for tonight. I want to thank everyone for taking the time. And this has been it's been a long process. But I really am proud of the way in which we have moved forward with this. It's been a lot of work and effort put into this. And the next time we meet on this is when?
December 6th.
December 6th. And that is the actual vote on the budget?
Yes, Madam Chairwoman.
All right. All right. Okay. Again, I want to thank everyone. I hope you've had a
Madam Chair?
wonderful holiday. Yes.
Our Chairman Joyce has his hand up.
Why can't thank you, because I can't see any of that. Where is he?
I'm right
Oh,
here.
there he is. I'm sorry, Chairman. I wasn't
Hi.
trying to ignore you.
No, you're
This-
good. Are you all, have you made comments yet? Are you all set?
Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to congratulate you on another great year and your great efforts behind getting this budget done and getting all of our, getting everything in order here. Yourself, Mr. Peter, Mr. Ford, Mr. Collins, Ms. O'Brien, Ms. Kennedy, Mr. Russell, the entire staff there, all the work that went into delivering these hearings remotely, and all of our members too, for their strong participation and input into this budget. That's something we're going to be proud of. And again, thank you for your hard work and your great work, and looking forward to December 6th.
Thank you very much.
Madam Chair,
Mr. Bergdorf.
I have a question for the chairman. Given what's going on with COVID, is there any consideration being given to expanding Zoom meetings beyond January?
I believe the state legislature's action on it takes us through mid-January in terms of open meetings law and what we're able to do. So in the coming weeks, I'm sure that's going to be readdressed in the state legislature on expanding it, which will give us some coverage here in the county. But I think we have about another month and a half, maybe even 2 months before that runs out. So hopefully that'll be addressed, and we'll be able to take appropriate cautions and appropriate measures here in Albany County to do these meetings in the safest, best way possible.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Any other comments before we adjourn? I ask for a motion.
Motion, Madam Chair.
Second.
Okay. All right, I have a motion to adjourn from Mr. Peter, and I got a second from Mr. O'Brien. I just want to say good evening to everyone. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm sure.